Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mission Boxing.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, so the weights are in. Arslanbek Makhmudov is going to come in at 263 pounds. That's a good weight for him, man. He's usually, around that 260 pounds area. All right. Carlos Takam. Now, his weight raised my eyebrows a little bit. Now, I believe this is his career high. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments section, all right? But I believe the 261 pounds that he weighed in at is his career high. Now, I do remember earlier in his career when he fought like Tony Thompson, he did come in the high 250s. When he fought Mike Perez, when Perez was undefeated, he came in the high 250s, like 256, 257 for those fights, all right? But usually or in the fight he had with Fabio Maldonado in 2020 came in 256, all right? But usually he's right around that 245, 246, even dipped down the lowest 235 for the AJ fight. But the Parker fight, he was 241, Chisora 246, Jerry Forrest 245. Just to give you an ideal, 252 pounds for the Povetkin fight, all right? So 261's, slightly a bit heavy, but Carlos Takam, if you follow him on Instagram or just been following his career from just back in the day, he's always in shape as far as his physique, all right? Just a heavily muscle guy. He's always in the gym. And you guys know how I am when it comes to following these heavyweights on social media. When they post their training footage, a guy may post a whole bunch of training footage and then you see him on the scale and he's, somehow he's overweight. You know what I mean? Or he didn't come in at that targeted weight that he was posting on his social media platform. But Takam has always been a heavily muscle guy. Now, I'm just thinking, will this add, and he is an older fighter, a veteran guy, been in there with some really good names, took some losses, but, has fought hard in those fights. But what I will say is, I did hear his trainer after the weigh-in was over today. The fight is tomorrow. The fight will be on ESPN Plus. So get that app and you can watch the fight on ESPN Plus tomorrow. But Takam's trainer and that guy's name slipped my mind right now. But his trainer, after the weigh-in, he was saying that they plan on dragging Makhmudov to the deep waters. All right. And I'm curious that he said that, man, and what will be strategically tomorrow, what's going to be the plan. All right. When I'm looking at this, man, it just seems like, Takam, his last fight was in last year when he fought Joe Joyce. And Joyce, we know Joyce's style. He likes to walk you down, put a lot of pressure on you. He wants to throw that, jab and bust you up, back you up, and just put the pressure on you and just, be relentless and make it a battle of attrition. All right. And Takam just couldn't hold up. He was trying to move around the ring, trying to put the high guard and throw when he can. I see Makhmudov doing the same thing to him, man, just putting relentless pressure on him. And there may be some opportunities where Takam can try to counter Makhmudov, because Makhmudov pretty much fights how he has the same approach, rather, as Joe Joyce. I went back and I've been watching Makhmudov for some years now, man. Even when he's in the World Series of Boxing, he seemed to be a lot less his weight back then. It seemed like he was a lot lighter back then in those World Series of Boxing days when you watched the duet fight and when he fought Guido Vianello. Seems a little bit more nimble on his feet back then. Now he seems a lot more heavier, a lot more flat-footed, doesn't move his head offline at all. He did a little bit in the World Series of Boxing where he would kind of, bounce on his feet a little bit. He'll go straight back in the line, try to catch you with uppercuts and sweeping left hooks. Now, man, he just goes back. He puts the high guard up. Just seems his feet just seem very heavy, man. But I'm not sure Carlos Takam is the guy, especially at this stage of his career, that can exploit those things. That can exploit those things and try to counter Makhmudov when he's on his way in or when he's backing up. Can Takam put some pressure on him and go to his body? I just don't see how Takam just stand up to the power and the pressure, man. Even in the AJ fight, when Takam was having some success in that fight, he was able to move around a little bit and counter AJ, try to slip under the jab, get close. Makhmudov just punches very hard, man. I think once they start trading leather, just being an overall bigger guy, has less wear and tear, I could just see him just mowing down Carlos Takam and possibly stopping him, man. I do think, if anything, at the very least, that Makhmudov power is the real thing. And I say that because now, yes, he hasn't beaten world-class fighters or former champ, but I will, well, I guess you want to throw Samuel Peter in there, but Samuel Peter is way past it, but his two wins that stand out to me the most. His last fight with Marius Wach, I know that's a very old Marius Wach, but the fact that he was able to stop him, because Wach isn't just even at this age, he isn't just the easiest guy to stop, all right? Wach did have some success in that fight when he was pushing Makhmudov backwards in little sequences when he had him pinned up against the ropes. But putting Makhmudov on the back foot, especially against the ropes, making him put the high guard up, that's going to be Takam's best opportunity to land punches, in my opinion, especially those overhands, because Makhmudov carries his hands low, especially when he's exchanging. But it's going to be hard for Takam to push him back. But I know the weight says 261 and Makhmudov is 263. So just you may look at his face value like, hey, he weighs, approximately about the same. But no, Makhmudov's a lot stronger than Takam. As far as when they're trading punches. But we're going to see, man, if Takam can test that chin, and what plan is he going to have to try to push this fight into the later rounds and drag Makhmudov to the deep waters, man. But look, I was going to say Makhmudov's wins over Jonathan Rice and Avery Gibson, those stand out because those are two journeyman level guys that are very hard to stop. And the way he was he went in there and got rid of Gibson in one round, and he was able to end up stopping Rice in that seventh, all right? He had a 4-fight KO streak of the first round going into his fight with Wach. That was stopped. Wach made him go 6 rounds before he stopped him. All right, but hey, man, the fight's tomorrow. All the talking to be done. I got Makhmudov winning this. I'm not sure, man. Maybe I'll say under 8 rounds by KO. All right, but let's see if the veteran can pull something out, man, and prove me wrong and prove a lot of us guys that are picking Makhmudov wrong. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about this fight, man. What can Takam do to win this fight? And what do you think Makhmudov can do to win this fight? Let me know, y'all. I'm gone.